as the past. The past we have closed areas, so schools and universities were the only way to get communicated. But now with social media and what we read all the time and what we know all the time, sometimes when I discuss some topics on Facebook, I surprised that the one as I talk with him in the comments or whatever, he is still studying in school. So
Yeah, it happens.
sometimes he have an opinion and he have a knowledge about what he is talking about. Yeah, and I was surprised that he is only 15 years old.
Wow.
He's half of my age, and he know all of this. When I was 15, I don't know all of this. So I think the open area that we are now and the open community that we are now is somehow we can skip somehow.
With all that, it's not really.
Right.
Speaking about that, let's say young man, not kid, I just remembered I've started my next course with the German language, which is like a higher level now. It's the professional level, to speak with professional terms. The shock for me was the group we had, like there was in the language school a problem with collecting students, so they told me if you want, you just like there will be only 2 of you. I was like, okay, I'm okay. So I'm going there, and there is a kid with me who is in the 11th grade,
Wow.
studying at the same level as I do.
Wow.
I was like, wow, you already? And he's like, yes, I'm ready, and I'm gonna finish next year's school, and I'm going to travel and start university there. And I was like, wow. I've never seen people like this young and so passionate about stuff and really doing something, not just dreaming for like 5 minutes about something and then just continuing to play. Or
We have more resources than us at that time. And when we are young, and then we don't have all these resources. So I think when we have a source and we have an goal in his life, and his parents are supporting him, so he will be a good. He will be a younger and younger, and he will have much knowledge as a
exactly. So yeah. So you,
Education.
yeah, you wanted to say something?
No, just thinking.
Thinking about education.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are watching, we are discussing today education in general and whether higher education is really necessary. So you can comment or interact with us. Okay, so how about let's go back a little bit. Let's say not higher education, let's say school education. How necessary is that? Because like personally, I've earned really few, like a little bit of knowledge through my 12 years, which I remember only a little bit of, and the rest I just forgot. How about you?
Exactly. That's a sad story.
Sad story.
Sad story. So sad. Yeah. It was like, let's say, out of 100%, like 5% I learned from school. Only let's say, reading and writing. This was the only benefit I got from school.
Like primary school only.
Exactly.
Like first 5 grades maybe.
Because it was only about memorizing. It was only about memorizing, not understanding. Not understanding what I am memorizing. So it was like memorizing, and then the next day
Just forgetting.
vanishes. So no school.
No school.
Sad story.
I agree that the method they're using, it is an old, an old method, and it's not interesting at all. But it's necessary. It's a basic. You have the basic thing. Now we see a disasters on some social media. They could not write.
I hate that.
Yeah.
It irritates me when somebody writes
Say in
really
Arabic,
bad.
Assalamu alaikum, which is a basic word, which is Assalamu alaikum. It's without L.
Without
Islam.
L.
Assalamu alaikum. It's without L, and it's a disaster, and it's we every day I see it.
Can we report these people, Darren? Because
Every day I see it. So what is your knowledge and what is even you are 9th grade, even you are 7th grade, you can write it. You can write this. So it's a disaster. And sometimes most of them are university degree.
We had one task to do, which is to learn how to write and to read.
yeah.
And it's a disaster. One task.
Yeah. Especially with the simple words. It's like
with
if
the-
it's
with
a long
tanween.
word or
I don't know tanween in English.
that tanween. I think there is not such a thing, just like tanween.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand when you're writing with in a foreign language or if
Yeah.
it's your mother tongue, but Arabic has really short words. You can't mistake them, I think. But when you're speaking English or German or any language, with German it actually is the language with the longest words. But
And it's not your native language.
Yeah.
This one is your native language, the one that you are read and write from KG, not from first grade. So it's something disastrous to have to see this. So I think if you remove the basic education, it will be a disaster. Even with our education now, okay, not okay, it's better than nothing.
okay.
Another disaster.
Yeah.
It was about the school or even our families. They didn't work or enhance our skills and hobbies. So let's say acting, singing, dancing, whatever. There wasn't any plays or any activities or sport to do some sport to do. So that wasted a lot of energy and that wasted a lot of ideas
And talents.
and
Yeah.
talents.
Yeah.
That wasted a lot.
Yeah.
And the balance that we should have in our character. We should have a balance between an education and between sport, and this is the health for ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, the one I was called nerd in the school. That I can memorize, I can explain, I can read, I can write. Okay, I can do everything, but I can't socialize people at that time. So my life is not balanced. So just you will have a good mark.
Yeah.
And this is not healthy. Even it's not healthy. So when you have a less mark, so it's a disaster. But you should have a lot of things you do in your life. And in your day, you should have many activities, not just study, as she said. And this is a combination between your parents and you at home and between the school itself. So she can do this. I think that the two things that I learned in my childhood, and this is the thing that I enjoy now, which is cycling and swimming. So these two things, the only two things I learned in the school, I learned in my childhood, except the school. So these things I'm enjoying now. So your talents that you are you are a child, it will grow with you, and it will be a very big issue in your life at your late life. So the thing that you enjoy, so you just the enjoy and entertainment is not just an extra thing; it's a basic thing, and this is health and this is well-being.
I think it's I agree with you. It's a basic thing for children to have fun. Like
Yeah,
it's,
and this will be good in their. So
in the
if I
future,
don't, I cannot ride bicycle, so I will lose a lot now, or maybe some events now I will not go because I don't know how to cycle. So I think that this is the two things that I all the day tell my parents. This two things is most important thing than my study. Because this two things I now enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy in the events and the gym. What I do.
Okay. So since we opened this topic about memorizing, so what's the difference between memorizing and learning? What do you think? Like memorizing is actually like the actual schooling system we have everywhere in the world, pretty much, and learning is what to you?
I think memorizing is like copying and pasting here without analyzing what's behind the word. What does it mean? And learning is actually know what does the word mean. What is it exactly? It's details. So it's just copy, paste, and then cut forever. So yeah, this is I think the difference.
And you, Shima?
Memorizing just can be from one source, just book or just lecture or just copies. But learning could be from all sources. Every day you are learning. Every day. So I can sit with you and learn something from you, and you learn something from me.
Yeah.
So every day we are learning. So learning is a very huge concept. But now as adult learners, we go to the thing that we just need. But when I was child, I was not learning. I was just memorizing. Because I don't go to the subject that I need. I must go to the old subjects, not just what I need, what I will specialize later.
Okay, so what do you think is the main reason behind this, let's say, almost failure of the education?
Traditions, as I said in the beginning, showing off. I want my son to be a doctor. I want my son to be an engineer. That's it. So, community. So I think this is a part of our traditions, unfortunately, and habits, and the way we look at things. Like, if I'm not a doctor, with all my respect to all of the doctors out there who are passionate about their jobs, not forced to study medicines. If I'm not a doctor, for some people, I'm useless. Like, what? You studied marketing or graphic design? What's that? So I think the mentalities, let's say.
Yeah,
And you?
I agree.
You agree with
The
that?
mentality is very bad, and we don't look at even child as a human. He's a human. I shouldn't just put in his head that you will be a doctor, you will be a engineer. This is beliefs, core beliefs that will raise with us. So, as she said, if you are not an engineer, if you are not a doctor, if you don't have this issue before your name, so you will be useless, or so you'll be, oh, what is this? So I think that you should look at the even child as a human. He has values, he has interests, so you should go with his interests. One of the one who is go with her interests, I saw, I think her name is Rawan. She was a chef, and she was got high marks all the day. Maybe in Tamimi she has Tamimi, I think. Yeah, she has maybe within 80 degrees, within above 80 in Tawjihi, and she go with to cooking. So now she's chef, and she's 21 years old, and she's a teacher in her field, in her field, as she go to college academy of cooking, which is academy public, and she go with this, and she go with her interest, and she become very creative. And even when you have, and I have one of my colleagues, everybody told him that you should be engineer, and you should be engineer, and his father is working in the university, so he has a higher opportunity that he should not have a very high mark to go to engineering. And he go with his passion, and his passion was accounting. And he go with accounting, and he does his master's degree, in accounting, and now he is a very famous accountant. So he go with his passion. So if he go with the engineer, he will be an average engineer. But if he would go with his passion, and he know what he is going, and this is very important, that we don't know what was our passion. And he will go with his passion, that's accountant, he's become a leader in his field. But if you go with other people says that you should be engineer and you have a high mark in توجيهي, so you go to engineering. So if you will be an engineer, maybe you will not have a job because he's not studying his passion. And you know that engineering now have not jobs.
Yeah,
No jobs for engineers right now.
Yeah.
it's really hard.
You're right. I think no one is a loser. There's some people who are working or studying something they don't love. So everyone has his own strength point or strength skill. So let's say someone is working as an accountant, but he loves or his passion is about, let's say, graphic design. So he's in the wrong place. Everyone has his space.
He's in the wrong place and he will be suffering all his life because of this. But yeah, everything can change and he can study or he can make somehow so from his specialty. Sometimes, some people they have a specialty in something and they have just course in something else in their passion, and they go and they will have a job on this course, which is maybe 3 months better than 4 years study.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's never too late
Yeah,
to say.
It's never true. This is very important.
Yeah, because I know many people who changed their majors or just like went to universities after like when they're like 40, they just want to study something else. But sometimes it's crazy. I don't know. Is it? Do they allow it here in Jordan for someone who's older than the usual age for university to go to register?
I'm not sure about this.
Because
I think that when you are at the university, I was a part-time lecturer at the University of Jordan, and one of my students was a pharmacist. I was teaching nursing, and one of my students was pharmacist, and she was 40 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and after she finished pharmacy and she could not find the job, and the job that she can find is not compatible with her characteristic, which is medical representative, and she's somehow shy and could not communicate well. So she suddenly she decided to study nursing, and she was in the first year in nursing. I was teaching her.
Wow.
And she was 40 years old. So yeah, it's allowed.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really good, actually. But can a person study 2 majors at once?
2 majors at once.
I don't think so. Right?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure about this also.
Maybe something is academic and something not academic. I know there's someone who was studying nursing, and the surprise thing that he was studying music.
At the same time. Oh.
Yeah, but and academy is not related to the higher school. In academy, and it was 2 years or 3 years, something like this. And at the same time, he was studying nursing, and he will not lose his passion and his career. And he's studying the two at the same time.
That's amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. Really. I know because, for example, in Russia, my friend has 3 higher educations.
At the same time?
At the same time.
Wow.
He had like 2 in the same university, and the third one was what do you call it, like a late class, afternoon only, and it took longer time. But he had he had economics and justice, and what else? Maybe marketing or something like that.
In 4 years?
In 4 or 5 years, he finished all that.
Finished all that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, how? How can he study for 3 majors at the same time?
I listened to a lecture about multitasking.
Three
minutes.
like maybe
different.
3 exams in one day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. But sometimes when you're studying, like, if you take, like, if you sign up for these courses where you just go to university to do only exams, it can work somehow.
Okay. Only exams.
Maybe he's not necessary to attend all classes.
Yeah, you don't have to attend all the
Ah.
majors. You
Yeah.
just attend like one, and you just go and give exams on the others.
This is not allowed here.
It's not allowed, right?
I think it's not allowed.
Yeah, but it's bad that's not allowed, I think, because some people want two things at the same time, and really, like sometimes you just like two things. But if you like them, you will.
Traveling from one city to another. It's not half time.
To the other.
Yeah, but some people do like it. Like I really wanted to do it, but it was really hard for me.
Yeah.
Hello.
The thing that is new, that was not in my at university, that some people who are repeating توجيهي and at the same time he is in the university. So this is allowed recently from 3 years ago. Yeah, it's allowed.
Really?
Yeah. So he is repeated توجيهي to have high marks, and at the same time he is in the university already. So this system was not in my. If it's what it was, I will believe it.
No, but that's actually.
Talk about education.
Marwan, who is he? Yeah, we're talking about education, so it's your topic, and I thought like you should have. This is Muhammad here. He's a teacher, English teacher.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you.
So this is Shayma, and this is Diana. Okay, so we were talking about education and how it's all about memorizing. Yeah, and
Maybe he is known about this. Can we have two majors at the same time at university?
Yes.
Can we?
Recently, yes.
it's
Two
allowed.
majors.
They have approved it, yes.
Oh, I got it.
Recently.
So you can in the same university go to two faculties at the same time.
But you have to have time to manage.
Mm-hmm. Like different time of the lectures you have to pick.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would be good, I think.
They take it in consideration when you let's say when you choose your let's say the classes or the time of the classes. So they take it in consideration that you are into majors.
So they help you with that.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's good.
But it's not easy for some specialties.
Well,
Especially
it
the
depends.
one who is medicine or yeah.
But actually, I wanted to do another specialty, but it was hard to get it. Like the problem was it is in like my university was acknowledged in Jordan, but the other university wasn't, which I wanted to try to go to. But I thought like that would be just a waste of time to go to another university and then just for nothing.
Not recognized by Jordan.
Yeah, or I will need to do another exam for Jordan. So no.
That's good that you have time after medicine.
Well, if you like the thing, I think you will find the time because sometimes if you like the topic, if you go to somewhere because you want to, not because you can. Like when you're looking after you finish your school at like what specialties I can pick, and you pick because only you can. But you like something else. Maybe it's a lower on the ladder, but you pick it because it's more prestigious or more, more liked by your parents, friends,
By community.
or community. Yeah, exactly.
What other specialty you want to know?
Oh, I wanted to do IT and programming. I like these things. Yeah, actually, I do help my friends until now with these things sometimes, and it's crazy. But I don't know.
My brother studies medicine, and until now he is telling us that he is regretting that. And he
Regretting?
He won't be a fashion designer.
That's really good, actually.
But I think that there is something.
Her brother.
My brother, he is studying now surgery.
So he finished medicine already.
Yeah, he finished medicine and he is now specialized.
That's why he's regretting. I feel that.
But I think which is.
You use the scissors, I think.
Yeah, he used the scissors, and yeah, it's the same of the
But
fashion
dealing
designer.
with another type of skill.
Yeah, so his passion on that. Yeah, but he likes medicine. He does not. But he still, when he sees TV program about this.
Oh,
One Way,
interesting.
Fashion One Way, the one which is airing on NBC now. Don't let him watch it. He's gonna suffer.
Runaway Project?
Yeah, something like that.
Runaway Project.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he followed that.
Of course. Of course.
Okay, so well, you just said your opinions about why is it happening like that in schools and universities, because of the community and to show off and all these things. That's why people learn, and that's how why the education is like not doing its job completely.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you my opinion now. Then we hear the opinion of a teacher. So my opinion is it's because of exams. I think that's the only thing which stops people from learning for me, because exams make you want to get only like a full mark or some degree. You're looking at the degree. You're not looking at learning, because you must pass an exam. Like that's your goal now. So I think like when the target is to pass an exam, it destroys the whole concept of learning stuff, because you just want to pass the exam. So I don't know, like when in school I pass an exam, my parents give me something nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to get full marks, but I don't want to learn these things. I forget them.
Yeah.
That was like my case.
Yeah.
Now your opinion, teacher.
I have different point of view.
Yeah, sure.
Education, I suppose
Mm-hmm.
that education is a way of improvement
Mm-hmm.
to improve the human race. But
Mm-hmm.
in our case, is a lot different. Just you have said, as you have said, it's just about pouring information in your mind, and also in another way, pouring them in on a sheet of paper for the exam. But education must be for education. So these people are, let's say, few in our society who study things for the sake of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look to the other side of education, we use it or we deal with it as a way to get money. Just like that.
Actually,
So it depends on the purpose you are studying for.
mm-hmm.
So if you study, for me, I like to complete my studies, to go further, my, let's say, major, to complete literature and go beyond that for the doctorate. But let's say I don't have enough time to manage between my work and مثلا the time of study. And also it's a matter of let's say financial
Of course.
financial problem,
because it's
it
hard
it costs a lot.
Mhm.
It is not that easy even here in our country. So it's so hard to study and to work, let's say, for 12 or 13 hours a day. So it's
Yeah.
so difficult. So I all the time say that education has its own people who serve it. But we are not serving education. Just we are getting some information and delivering them. Even we are as teachers,
Uh-huh.
just giving these information and delivering them in another way
Uh-huh.
to younger students or to young people. But in fact, education mustn't be this way. So it is, let's say, complicated matter when you are talking about education. Especially today, I was talking to the Tarjihi class that I'm teaching. I told them that me, as a teacher, you as a student, we are not involved in the educational process in our country. Those people who are, as let's say, I claim they are ignorant about our case. They are, let's say, drawing our future. So it must be, let's say, that we have to be involved in this
to improve
matter, just to improve it,
yeah.
not just drawing policies and let's say importing policies from other countries and imposing them or implementing them on us, and actually they do not suit our level of education, our level of culture, let's say,
Resources.
our understanding. So even they sometimes they are below our let's say standards, and the majority of these implemented or imposed policies are above. So this is the case in our educational system. So it's really failure.
Yeah, this is the
I didn't say that before because you're a teacher. But
yeah, this is the answer because, as he said, the policies are drawn by someone else, and the people that are involved in the process, which is the students and the teacher, are not involved in this. So it will be fair.
The minister, our minister,
He's not have
his major is economy. Economy, and you are bringing someone who is involved in economy and let's say money
making the
and leads and give him the chance to lead the educational system. So just like that.
Yeah, I was surprised when he was a minister. Yeah, that's terrible.
okay, so the next question now, which is, what can we do? Like, I think, what can we do to fix things? Like, at least in a special place or a small place or in a small group of people, what can we do?
I watched one teacher. I don't think. I think that you know about him. You can search on YouTube. He is called Mashpool. He is teaching physics by songs.
I've heard. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen something.
what does that he do at the evening?
Yeah, he's passionate
Because
about his job.
yeah, he is passionate about his job and he likes music. He is a physics teacher. He likes music. And what is the
He's a
combination?
musician, not a physician or a physicist.
He's a musician. And by the way, he teach me at 5th grade. When I was 5th grade,
Really?
he teach me.
It
Yeah,
was-
he teach
he was
me
the same.
science at
Oh.
5th grade. When I was at a private and I wanted to offer private school, he teach me when I was 5th grade. And I remember him when I see him on the TV. Oh wow, I see this person because my memory is horrible. So this person, he's telling laws of physics by songs. And,
Wow.
and I didn't see one like him. And I see one video of Iraqi, maybe one Iraqi English teacher, who's all the students are singing with him, and he telling them all the class as songs.
Interactive.
Yeah.
Interactive class.
Interact. It's just songs. He sings something and he writes it in the board and he dancing and
Yeah.
all of the students was interactive with him.
Oh.
And this one was Mohammed Shmoul. I think yeah, his interest is in music and he's vision and he do something that he's interested about, and also that the students can memorize the laws of physics, which is memorize the laws of physics, which is
physics and
but
memorizing,
physics is something-
memorizing, so it's
but
a
physics
horrible
is,
thing.
but physics is a hard thing. It's very very hard thing. He do this a song. Yeah, I respect his job.
I think this depends on the level of the students we are dealing with. If they are, let's say, below 60th grade or 70th grade, let's say, okay, we are dealing with them play education by playing. We educate by playing. We choose some, let's say, activities which, let's say, involve all the students in the activity. So it's a good way. But when you come to, let's say, semi-adults, to give them the formulas of the physics and to memorize them, so it's a catastrophe. Suppose that when you were in the university and one of your doctors came and did the same, what do you think of him?
Personally, I think
I
that's
think
amazing.
that
Anyways,
because
because
can go to my
Not
mind.
all the time.
If
Physics,
I have to-
physics is something, let's say,
I understand you. It's about not about memorizing. It's about
Some laws
understanding.
you should memorize.
But you have to
But
you have to memorize
memorize
something.
some parts. You have to know them all the
okay.
time.
But to memorize them and to use them.
Yeah.
Not memorizing them and to know how to draw them as you have memorized them and on the paper and the test. So this is the catastrophe.
Okay,
Or this is a
you're
problem.
talking about like in bigger like point of
Yes,
view.
Yes.
But anyways, like since if you are stuck in this place, you can make it a little bit better. I think that's what he's doing. I think like he can't do anything else, so he thought, okay, they have to memorize this. Let's make it easier. That's like
Yeah.
I think at least something like because everybody has certain I think it's like borders which holds you like from doing everything as you want, which is sometimes good actually, and it's mostly bad. But sometimes these borders make you help like only in a certain thing, like in a small thing, but the rest is like you can't do anything with it. So that's just
Yeah,
it.
and now he's teaching in public schools, and the minister know about him. Yeah, and something it's good that he is in public school and he can do
Right.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of his thing that he do that maybe it's ish letter, which is shahen. He told him that it's shawarma, so they will interrelate this in their. So we have these laws as our talking, our everyday talking, and it's a laws of physics and it's something very hard and very it's not a flexible
Solid.
thing. Solid thing. Yeah, it's not
Mhm.
a flexible thing. So I think even my brother was learned at Egypt, and Egyptians are very good in teaching because they are all the time have examples from the community they live.
Mhm.
So when they talking about even its medicine and it's a hard and solid thing, they also they relate everything to TV and to people who are acting, and that's in a medicine lecture.
Yeah,
And,
I've read some
yeah.
of their lectures.
Yeah.
They're just amazing. There are some teachers, when they're telling you about some system, how it works or something, he's just telling you a story.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, you have this element, it's going like, it's like he's like the biggest guy in the neighborhood, so when he goes, everybody follows him, so you're imagining things. And when you're listening to the whole story, like what happens, you never forget it after that. But
When
yeah.
he tells us about the walking muscles, I think it's really like this. We tell you, yeah, you are imagining that your legs is like this, is not like this. So you will have many things that will have through you.
Mhm.
So he has, they have some
A special
examples.
way, yeah.
in a special way. Yeah, and I one of my teachers at the university was Egyptian, and in anatomy class, which is hard. And yeah, I learned about a lot about her. Even if she's have a small subject, but I really until now I memorize it until now. But so the way of education should not be solid, and I could not uh, I could not blame teachers back now. I could not blame them because there's an exception here and there, but I could not blame them because education is a system. It's just not one person.
But they can make a change, I think.
So
They're not forced to do
that was my question. So what can we do? Like, for example, what can you do, like as a person, or you, or me, or anyone? What is in our hands, really?
I think we can make an impact on the next generation, our kids, nieces, nephews, by doing the things, this is for me, by doing the things I didn't get to do, by learning the things I didn't get to learn. So by influencing also. So this is my opinion. Me as an individual, this is what I can do in my small space.
Exactly. Okay. How about you?
How about
hard.
if they are, let's say, ruled by the same system?
No,
so
they will not.
It's
it
a different,
will, it will
position.
be a spoilment. So I think we have, as teachers, tried to do a change by making a syndicate and to be participants or to be major participants in the educational system in our country, but we still have a lot of teachers also who do not know why are they in their positions. So ignorance is, let's say, something that you cannot see, but I can see. So I can see the effect on the long run. It will be catastrophic more than we are now. But in fact, some voices are louder, let's say, are getting louder, and are teachers. So they are trying all the time to change and to change and to change. And let's say some principals, they do not know how to deal with their schools. Some teachers, every day we face problems. But I cannot ignore the good side or the bright side of our teachers. We have a lot of brilliant teachers who are trying to do their best, to do, let's say, what they can. Let's say, regardless the facility, regardless the needs, sometimes they bring things from their homes on their expenses. They do not wait for the principal or the school or whatever. So I see a lot of these, let's say, examples.
That's amazing.
So these are the leaders of change. But if we do not focus on them and shed the light on them in the media, on the Facebook, on any kind of, let's say, media, you will not hear about them. And even me, I cannot hear about them. So we have to, let's say, the good, let's say, the good examples must be, let's say, delivered to the whole, let's say, society to know that we still have the good side of our education, but it is unmanaged. He is on his own, and she is on her own. I'm on my own.
Not the big system.
Exactly.
There's not like a common, let's say,
Exactly.
group of people who like contact these people and like coordinate with them and support. They need support, and I think, and to be encouraged. Like when you make some people famous, like by shooting videos, for example, of that teacher, physics teacher. I think it makes him happier, and he wants to do more. But if you,
But the system sometimes pulls you back.
Yeah.
I
So you have borders,
recently, yes,
yeah.
I have recently participated in the competition, innovation competition for literature, short stories and poetry and articles. I was a judge. I have great writers. We see a lot of writers that are not encouraged. One of my students, one of my school, we got the first level of the first place on the Minister of Education on the whole country. What, let's say,
What happened next?
what happened next? Nothing.
Nothing.
The students, the student.
Well,
So what? I did it last year, and I do it this year. So I have nothing. I got nothing to encourage me to do more and to be.
Yeah. Not a prize
And for
like.
me, for me,
Uh-huh.
I didn't get anything. I was banned to be, let's
Why?
say, to do or to be a supervisor
Why?
for previous, let's say.
Other problems.
Okay, different
So-
topic.
So exactly. So the system sometimes pulls you back.
Yeah.
If I'm, let's say, I feel myself that I'm a distinguished teacher from not from my point of view, but from the others who
Students.
keep saying that my principal, my supervisors, let's say my students. But what next?
You are the same with the others. Yeah, that's
So sometimes let's go to sleep and forget about it.
yeah. I remember one thing.
Yeah,
I
of
should
course.
add. When I was in school, I went for public schools and private schools. I see a lot of schools, but on all these schools, there's something that labs always closed, and this is a horrible thing.
Yeah.
When you have a science and you should imagine it in a trial, and should be practical. And when we have this practical, we not have this gap.
So this is physics,
between
not by music.
yeah, sometimes some of chemistry maybe you will have a lab, and physics should maybe you couldn't have a lab.
Remember, like we had these things with magnets on physics. I remember.
Yeah, only
but,
that.
But,
Yeah, I can't remember anything
but
else.
he comes with his magnets on the same class.
Yeah.
Even he will not go to lab on some schools.
There is another problem about labs, which is related to the
No,
whole.
we have very fantastic labs,
We don't use them.
but some teachers do not like to, let's say, to spend extra efforts.
The lab was very well equipped, more than the public school. The public school had everything, and everything not used. And most of the time, the teachers tell us that to measure this. So when I finish school and I finish university and go to the work itself, I feel there's a gap, and sometimes I couldn't have even communication skills to do this. Even I have the knowledge, but I don't have the communication. I don't have the tools to do this. And the other thing I remember now, as an English class, we just read and write. And the two things that we are ignored, and I have a problem speaking right now because of speaking and listening. Listening, most of the time, there is a cassette at that time.
No.
At that time, maybe something is
It's changed.
Oh my God, yeah, I remember
I
that.
remember the cassette.
The cassette is not listened at all, and you can't listen it.
I
Because
remember that.
You can't hear anything
you
there.
can't hear anything there,
Yeah.
and there is
I remember
a lot of
Very big speaker.
yeah.
Oh.
You can't listen all most of the words. So even the teacher was bored about this, and she moved the cassette and she read it, and even she couldn't speak English.
Read.
Which happens.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
happens.
Sometimes
So
we have.
Yeah, so the practice part of most of our subjects is not found even with well-equipped and well-resourced and well-known teacher. They didn't use it.
One of my students, has got 91% and the scientific stream last year. So he asked me, what should I do, or where should I study? He has got a scholarship from China.
Oh.
And he likes to study geometry or engineering. So he asked for my opinion. You are going to study engineering and you need labs. Imagine the labs in your school and in a private school. So you can see the difference. So this is what will you find in our universities, and that what will you find there. Just try that. So, and he listened, and he is now in China, and he studies.
Wow.
But it's a very difficult language.
But I think they study in English.
In English, yes.
They have English program for the foreigners.
Yeah, but he should be. He's doing good. That's good that he is well in China. China is Far East, and there's difficulty in coping with the food and with the system itself. Maybe maybe Russia is less. Yeah, you can
get used to it.
Yeah, you can get used to it.
Yeah,
It depends how much you want to.
Many students return from China, especially China. It's very hard.
Depends on the place. China, you have it's a very big country, so different places, different.
Depends on the person also.
Also
If
depends
you
on
want
the
to
person.
cope or you don't want
Depends on
to.
the company he gets. Okay.
His
If
patience.
it's accredited from Jordan, it's okay. Sometimes people go to another place and when they return to Jordan, he is not recognized. Yeah, and this is a problem.
Yeah, well, it's hard. Okay, so the solution, I think, so after all your points, I think it's just only about like the support in all ways to the students and more support to the teachers by everyone.
The support must be from the system. If the system wishes, he can do it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And the
Oh,
support
it's
by
hard.
training them at first. Training them at first. He's not when he is BSc
Our
physics.
syndicate.
He's not.
Yes.
It's not necessarily a good teacher.
Our
He has
syndicate
physics
is
or he
calling-
have
Exactly.
mathematics.
There is
He
a
is not the
huge
teacher.
difference between knowing.
I believe that the teacher is not made. He's born.
Yeah.
Some, let's say, theories say that a teacher is made by training and by practice, and others say that he is born with the talent to teach, to deliver information. But some other people say that, or scientists say that, he is born also, he can be made. Just to, let's say, to support him with the aids and with the training needed for this. So as Teachers Syndicate, we asked for a faculty of teaching or teachers just to make them ready before they go to the class or to,
Yeah.
Exactly.
as
Be a
teachers.
teacher. It's not about
But,
mathematics.
but,
You have to start before that, I think.
but, you have, suppose that you have got 65, 70 as an average intelligence. What will you study?
Literature or
You
I don't know
can
what
pay
is now.
you can pay to study abroad. You can pay to get in, let's say,
Private.
any private faculty or university to get a better, let's say, specialty or a major. But if there is a good situation, if teachers are recognized very well in our society, and they are paid very well, so you can if you get 90 or 98% and you like teaching, you go there.
Yeah,
So,
because you will have
and you
talent.
become a teacher.
Yeah.
So a teacher, so let's say not everyone is suitable to be a teacher. I see a lot of examples in our school, even in our school. The students are making fun of them. They do not master their specialties or majors. They cannot, let's say, deliver the idea or control the group of students at least 30, from 25 to 30 our classes.
Just?
Yes,
That's a lot.
we have a distinguished school.
Some schools have 60. 60.
I'm talking about my school. It's some kind of private, let's say.
Yeah, that's good. 25
Because-
to 30, it's a very good number.
Exactly. So there is, let's say, an environment, a good environment,
That's good.
just to be a good teacher. But if you say this, the principal writes and let's say about this teacher, and he is not good for teaching, what will the ministry do for him? They will transfer him to another school, and they will transfer him to another school. So it's all about the system.
Well, what is the solution?
There's no solution.
He
He will get retired doing this.
Yeah.
Moving.
Just moving. So he gets to
But
travel.
we did not choose them
Who
in a good way.
goes to education or education faculties?
The one who has not chosen.
the lower class of
Unfortunately.
students.
Especially male. Maybe for female, because it's suitable and more convenient to female.
Also,
some
they
of our
don't like it.
Some of
They
our
go
okay,
for
but
it
some
and
of our
don't like it.
females they are committed to this, and it's a good profession for the community to be a teacher as a female, and also she could be committed and she could have more skills. But for male, I think they have very shortage, so anyone can go to.
So
this.
why, if you come to a comparison between army and in different countries, army and education, you can see army is governed or let's say governed with rules, strict rules. If you don't obey these rules, you will be out or sent out of the service.
Yes.
We do not find this in education or
They
in the
have
educational
shortage.
system.
As you said, you have shortage, and you don't have the right person to do this because not the talents one do not to go to teaching because there's low
Exactly.
salary and low respect in the community. And this
So
is so
it
on.
will-
This is the circle.
The
Yeah.
student, yes, the
This is
circle will come back.
Yeah.
If schools are weak, they will send weak students to the
The university,
university.
yes.
The weak students will be doctors, will be engineers,
Yeah.
and you are devastating your country on the long run. So this is the problem.
Nobody's
they
looking
have
on the long
troubles
run.
at the university.
Exactly. So why is that? Why is that? So it's we as an individual, and you an individual, you cannot do anything.
Yeah. It's about
Just
systems.
let's say hold on in your case in your class. So let's say I give what my conscience implies. It's okay. So what's then? The other teacher will destroy what I did
Yeah, next year.
next year. Why the educational system in Finland is so or extremely successful, more than America.
Of course.
The American system, educational system,
British we've
send
copied it.
teachers, send teachers to learn from the Finland experience. Why? They do not have curriculum. They do not have curriculum. Teachers are, let's say, the best employers.
Yeah.
Training for teachers. and the teacher who starts with, they are dividing the school age into elementary from first to sixth grade with one teacher. I start with them from the first to the sixth grade. If there is a weakness, I'm the responsible.
Wow.
So you can point at the responsible for the failure of this stage. Then they are moved to the higher stage from 7 to 9 to 11. Then they are prepared for the university and the secondary education. So if you do this, you will find the responsible.
And he will be improved because he will
Yes.
have, he is in a small area.
Exactly.
He cannot be
Exactly.
failure.
But for our case,
It's hard.
this year I teach 9th grade. Next year, someone else who is
According
going
to
to
the
teach
schedule.
them. Someone else who is going to teach them in the
I
elementary
heard
grade.
that at male schools, at the same term, they have 4 or 5
4
teachers.
or 5
At the
teachers.
same term.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
this is in
they
public
change.
male schools. Yeah, this is...
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the time is up. I have to close this.